Whenever you take a break from weed, do you get scattered? Do you become incredibly frazzled? Or is it a calm experience for you? If it's really, really frazzled, you get agitated super easily. There's actually ways to go within, and I know that may sound a little bit woo-woo, to address these deeper layers of the self that I've talked about in other videos that get amplified. You know, if you ever heard of the idea of the subconscious mind, what's down there and everything, like that shit gets amplified. But when you come off of the plant, even when you have addressed those things, you're still gonna have things go on in your body. I'm currently in Georgia, which is where I grew up. I'm here visiting friends and family and taking some time to connect with those people and explore some more of Georgia nature, because when I grew up in Georgia, I didn't do a lot of nature exploring. But the availability of the Lord's lettuce is not quite the same. You know, in Florida, obviously, you can have a medical card, you can walk into the stores, get what you need, and even find out, you know, what the strands are and everything like that. The first person I talked to here, I was like, yeah, so sativa, or whatever. He's like, dude, this is in Florida. He's like, you get what you get kind of thing, which is cool. And I get that, and I remember that. But yeah, like today is the first day that there's been like none whatsoever. And while it's not, oh, look at this is cool. I can kind of like get lost in this little area here. We're gonna walk in the woods for a second. You know, I feel it in my body. But I was talking to a buddy of mine right before I got here to this park, and I was saying, you know, like a lot of people, they have things like coffee in their life, right? Every day they have coffee. But what happens if you're a coffee drinker and then all of a sudden you don't have coffee anymore, right? Like your body's gonna react a certain way. And I was talking to him, he's like, dude, you fucking right. Like if I don't have coffee, man, like I can lose my shit or whatever, right? So I know for me in the past, when I would not have cannabis, if I was used to having cannabis, it would create massive irritability. It would create, you know, anger, which is in the irritability. It would create scattered thoughts, scattered focus, and just not feeling good, like not feeling good about life. Honestly, like negative thoughts about what am I even doing with my life and things like that, right? But what's cool is I'm currently in this moment and I don't have any of that, right? Like I don't have any of the heightened irritability or not feeling good about my life or what I'm doing or what I'm building in my life. In fact, none of that has wavered at all. But I do notice my body being like, hey man, where that stuff at? But it makes sense. So I'm just doing this video real quick because I had a buddy who's like, hey, go shoot a video about this, right? And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Let's go shoot a video. Mainly because if you are someone who's ever felt that way or you feel that way now, it's understandable that your mind and your body shifts how it feels when you are used to having a certain stimulant and you no longer have that stimulant anymore. It makes complete sense. And there's so much to be said around the conditioned shame that so many of us have around our usage with this plant. And that like comes in. So if you have, you know, subconscious uncertainty with your relationship with the plant, that's gonna come to the surface. You know, there's so much that can come to the surface when you get to a space that you don't have it. You know, I did a video a ways back on the Tiki-Taki that opened up with like, have you ever, you know, been like, I'm done with this stuff, and you put that stuff in the trash, you know, and you forget about it, and then 2 hours later you're digging out of the trash to get back what you had thrown away or whatever. That right there is related to the shame that so many of us have. And I now realize this is around the world. I've been thankful and blessed to work with individuals from across the globe in different areas, you know, Netherlands, London, Sweden, you know, and it's all the same. We have this unconscious shame that we were conditioned to have around having a relationship with this plant. But the reality is this plant is a psychotropic, psychoactive, and psychedelic plant, which is something I'll say a lot. But that's it. It's really a spiritual tool, you know. And if you know, you're like, oh, this guy's going woo-woo, I get it. But spiritual, if you think about spirituality is everything. It's the essence of everything. When you look at quantum physics, it's everything, right? You know, everything is light formed in different directions and all those sorts of things. But to feel shame and to feel, uncertainty about direction in life and all that stuff around cannabis, it's not the plant itself. If you take a break and your body reacts a certain way, that makes sense. It makes complete sense. It's just when you find yourself in a situation where maybe you're like where I am now, you're not able to walk into a store and you want to get some more flour, but you don't know if you're going to be able to get it or not. Does that derail you? Or does it just give you something else to practice presence with and tend to your body in ways to help it through this, right? But yeah, if I could go on and on, obviously, but I don't want to go too scattered here. I think the main message that I wanted to share today is if you are someone who's seen my content at any point, or you're new here and you have a relationship with cannabis, but whenever there's times that like maybe you don't have as much as you'd like, or you run out or whatever, and it creates this massive disorder in how you're functioning in your life, there's a way to work through these deeper layers of yourself to create more peace in yourself to where you don't have that happen anymore. It doesn't mean that your body won't react a certain way. My body is reacting a certain way, but it's not derailing or creating havoc in my life. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I can tell my body feels that way, right? Now, I will tell you, if you are here and you are sharing this sentiment right now and you're feeling like a little bit disconnected in any way, do what I did. I just did a quick little brisk walk out here in nature. And this is it. Like, I'm gonna finish this walk and go get in my car and go. But oftentimes that's all it takes, and in theory you wouldn't be on your phone, but I like to think that when I do create videos out and about and I'm speaking to the camera, I'm speaking to you, it's not that I'm on my phone scrolling, I'm sharing a message, So however it is, there's a lot of different things you can do to help soothe your nervous system. And you may be like, I don't want to fucking do that. I'm fucking want some weed, sort of thing. But man, a brisk walk outside, like you'll be able to settle back into that. You could also get something like melatonin to help you out and that sort of thing. But at the end of the day, what's most important is that you're able to maintain more of a peaceful baseline in your daily life. And what does that relate to? It relates to your central nervous system regulation, which relates to your subconscious mind, which relates to all these deeper aspects of the self. So anyhow, just a quick little check-in here. I'm going to be doing more videos that are pointed around certain aspects of a relationship with cannabis for someone like you or like me as I go along, like the previous 4 that I've done. I'm just getting adjusted and settled in up here in Georgia and seeing some friends and things like that, but I'm going to be doing more, and I hope that you find value in those messages, because I put a lot of heart and soul into that work, and structuring the video to make sure I check off certain points and things like that. So if you've seen any of those videos and you like them, I'd love to hear that you like them. And if this one was helpful, I'd love to hear that as well. But if you by chance do relate to any of this, just know that there is more peace for you and more settling of, the nervous system. And you know what? Like, that sounds fucking whatever. Like, I know a historical version of myself to be in a situation like that. But like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? Nervous system. It's so fucking important. It's almost the most important thing. And when you recognize that your subconscious mind essentially correlates, ties to, and is the central nervous system, it runs throughout the entire body. Your endocannabinoid system is a part of that, and cannabis interacts with that at all the different areas of our body, It's super, super fucking important. If you want some tips on how to begin to regulate that, if by chance you feel it's not regulated, you can check out the guide that I have. Should be below this video. It will be below this video. And if you implement the stuff that I put in that guide and you remain consistent with it, it will start adjusting your baseline and begin to gradually improve not only your relationship with cannabis, but your relationship with yourself. And I do want to add one more thing in here. This is not do this stuff and in 90 days you're going to be blah, blah, blah. And if you ever run across anybody that says, do this and in 90 days you're gonna have whatever, you know, when it relates to your inner self and your body and your expansion of consciousness, they are selling you something, because it doesn't fucking work that way. You start wherever you are and you add in certain shifts that are mindful, that are vetted, that are helpful, and you just stick with them. And you watch your natural unfolding, your unique unfolding and expansion of consciousness. But yeah, it's something that's like one of my little things, you know. Someone's like, hey, in 90 days, you're gonna feel like you're on top of the world. Like, dude, horseshit. You don't fucking know the people you're talking to yet, you know? But I can say with emphatic definitude, I don't think that's the way you say it. I don't even know if that's a word, but it sounded good. I can say with certain emphasis and, yeah, like, I don't know. I can say it definitively that if you apply these practices and principles in your life and you stick with it, you don't got to do it all at once. Just take the first steps, you know, and begin to integrate it and have a baseline, begin to rely on these types of things. It will change your life in beautiful ways. But everybody's life is different. It's like a thumbprint, you know? So all I can say, it's not in 90 days, yada, yada, but if you do this stuff, it'll be super, super helpful. I hope this video was helpful too. And thanks for hanging out with me.